Good afternoon, guys. It's Dave at All Important Reviews, and I've got with me today two of my favourite Casio G-Shock models that I wear fairly regularly, with this one being the more regular watch. This is a comparison review regarding the different features and benefits and which one I prefer as just an everyday wear. So on the left, we've got the GST-330D, and on the right, we've got the GST-B100-1A. Both are tough solar watches. This is still in the current lineup, I believe, but I think this model has been discontinued, or it's not in the European lineup. But they do many different colours and different versions of this model, as they do of this one too. But I know that they've just released some new colours for this one. So let's start off with the sizes. So with the size, this one has a more modest size, even though it is very big still. So the bezel diameter on this one is only 43. The overall diameter is bit of the case is bigger. It's going to be more like 48. Thickness 16 mil. That is a thick watch. That's including the bezel though. Maybe a little bit less. 15.5 mil. So the size of this bad boy. The bezel. 47.5 mil. Case overall is going to be huge with that. It's going to be more like 54, I think. 53. Thickness is slightly thinner though. It is slightly thinner at 14 and a bit mil. Now the size of this one, even though it does fit large compared to many AliExpress cheaper stainless steel watches, it has a really nice fit. I would say it fits like a 43mm watch on the wrist. It fits really nice. It's got a nice weight to it. This one also fits good, however it is a touch bulky overall. So I'm going to say, because it's got obviously over 50mm case diameter, it does fit more bulky, even though the rubber strap makes it feel lighter. You can actually get a bracelet for this model that is comfortable and is very similar to this bracelet. But I think on size, this one fits better because it doesn't have this kind of a protrusion here. This one fits better. It's more symmetrical on each side. It doesn't dig into the wrist like, I'm not saying this one would dig into the wrist, but it doesn't protrude into that area like this one does. So I'm going to give size to this model, the W330D over the GST-B100. Bezels, this one has obviously a patterned bezel. It does look really good. It looks like kind of military style. The bezel on this one is stainless steel with some obviously Gshock graphics and stuff. Both have decent bezels, but again, I'm going to give it to this Gshock. Now the crystals in both of them will be hardlex or some type of non-sapphire crystal that Casio use, that is extremely durable and is still very difficult to scratch and crack. Because Casio do use decent materials in these G-Shocks, because after all, they're valued between £200 and £300. So these are not super cheap watches. They are they're over 200 quid each, although you can get them in various deals. The actual dial is clearly, in my opinion, for legibility with the indices is clearly the W330D, because it has a beautiful dark grey dial, sunburst dark grey, with highly legible markers, indices, white indices, and the tops are loomed. Now on this one, again, it's somewhat legible, but the dial is more cluttered, but it does look sporty, because obviously you've got that kind of fan thing there. But it's not as legible as this one. The loom works very good on both models. At night you can see, make out the time very well. The hands are fully loomed, at least on this model. The hands are somewhat loomed on this one, but I'm going to give the loom to the W330D again. Now this one, obviously, they're both tough solar, but this one also has the multiband, so this model will also connect to the radio synchronized time and give you perfect time all day long, 365 days a year. And multiband only works obviously in a multiband country, and I think there's 6 multiband countries. I'm not going to name them all now, but if you live in the United Kingdom, Anthorn is the place where the multiband tower is, and I get, can you see where it says received there? Received Tuesday. So it gives me the date in these subdials. I never have any problems charging them because they're both tough solar. Tough solar means that they charge on fluorescent or normal light. You just leave them on a windowsill, or you just use them in a well-lit room, and they stay as high as a general rule. The batteries will last between, I think, 5 and 10 years, if not longer. So you don't have to keep swapping the batteries. I'm a massive fan of Casio's tough solar technology. It is fantastic. It's a crime that more companies don't use solar, because it is far better than normal batteries. So they both have tough solar, which is excellent. This has the multiband, but this one does not have multiband, which is a shame. So it will not synchronize the date and time automatically. However, it has Bluetooth, so you can connect it to your phone, and you can synchronize it so that all day long it takes the phone time, which will obviously be synchronized with the internet time. So you could argue that you can get it on this, but it means that you'd have to either keep Bluetooth on your phone, which I don't want to do because it wastes battery, or you'd have to once a week or once a month go connect it and synchronize, which is an annoyance if you just want it for the time. I would not use the app for anything else other than synchronizing it. So, but you can do other stuff, I believe, on it, but I'm not quite sure what the other features are in terms of the Bluetooth connectivity and you know, if there's any kind of sporting elements to it or not. I'm not sure, but I don't get involved in that because I would only use it for the synchronizing of the time. But this one does not have Bluetooth, but it has the multiband computer inside, or the you know, receiver. So it's going to be a draw on that, because you could argue that this one does not have the benefits of Bluetooth, but this one does. But this one has the multiband, this one doesn't. But I personally would clearly prefer the multiband. Water resist, both the Gshocks and the Gshocks as standard have 200 meters water resist, so you could take it swimming, snorkeling, and I would think you could take it diving, no problem. Although on Casio's terminology, they don't suggest diving with a non-diver's 200 meter watch, according to their terminology. But many people have took these watches diving and have no issue. For the bracelet and the strap on this is very comfortable. It's Casio's polymer resin. It's a very pliable one, durable and quite soft. There is a bit more rigidity around the side of the wrist where it should be. They both fit very well. So now this one obviously fits bigger, because obviously the case is significantly bigger at the top, and it's on a plastic strap. The plastic strap is somewhat comfortable. It's not the best strap they've ever done, but it's not the worst either. But it fits okay. Because of the way I wear the watches, it does dig in a little bit here, but I wear watches very low down the wrist, very close to the hand. That's just the way I like it. I don't like it any other way. But very light does not make the watch feel super heavy. Now this one that fits so much better on my wrist because it's got a bracelet and I prefer the feel of bracelets. But that fits better. You can get this one on a rubber band. But personally, I prefer it on the steel bracelet. The steel links, I believe, are not solid. I think they are folded metal or some type of, yeah, they are folded metal, I believe. But that improves the lightness of the watch, because it would be very heavy if these was solid links. But this is one of the best all-round G-Shocks for below 250 quid that you can buy. Obviously subject to the deal that you can get at the time or where you buy it from. This is one of the best you can get of the G-Shocks. Now obviously they do even more expensive models. They do models that cost £3,000. They do a very expensive MTG or Mr. G that has GPS and all sorts. Now when I said that they are the best, I mean for value. I don't mean on total specs, but on terms of looks and value, these are some of the best ones you can get. No question about it. I'm a big fan of the W330D. You can get it in a rubber band. You can get it in a fabric band, like a corduroy band. Verit, which is like a mixture of leather and rubber, I believe, or leather and plastic, which is very durable, very comfortable. But I probably would prefer it on just a rubber band like this one. Which one would I buy? I would buy this one because the size is better on the wrist. You can swap it out for a different band if you want, no problem. And I think it fits better overall, and it is more legible, and the multi-band feature that this one doesn't have. But this one is still an excellent watch. Again, very sporty. Take it to the gym, take it swimming, take it, do what the hell you want with it. But not as legible dial. Doesn't have the multi-band, but some people can't get multi-band anyway, so it's not an issue. But the overall size of this one makes it slightly less comfortable on the wrist than this one, definitely. But this just shows you for 250 quid, although this one I think is as an RRP now of about 299. I'm not sure what the RRP is of this one because I'm not sure it's still released, but I think it's around the 250 to 300 quid mark, but you can get it a lot cheaper off eBay or Amazon in deals if you check it out. There will be an AliExpress links below if you want to check it out. Obviously, I make a small commission if you did go and buy it. That is at no extra cost to you. But some great watches off the G-Shocks. I've also used the latest models of these, the latest upgraded version, if you will, although it's not much of an upgrade. But they've done a different model called the B200, but they still make this model at the same time, so it's a bit strange, really. But they've come out with the B200, which is a smaller version of this, which is an excellent watch and fits better. But it does look somewhat differently, and I'll put some pics up of when I owned it. I have sold that watch now. Maybe I'll buy it again on the bracelet. But yeah, it's been Dave at All Important Reviews. Thanks for checking out this comparison review. You know, it's pretty much down to what you kind of want. You know, some people may prefer the sportier looks than this one, but I definitely prefer the overall value and looks of this one personally. So thanks for checking out my review. Loads more content coming up soon. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.